murderer of poking holes to gain the power from the victim. Just like when they speared the side of Jesus to gain his power and his spirit. Exactly like the spear ritual of 9/11. Poking holes in the symbolic male and female pillars. Just like when you poke the hole and become spiritually fused. The forbidden, hidden concept of the orgasm, the explosion, creating a new dimension or a new life. And that's why at a wedding, you take the two candles and unite the burning flame into one. And that's why they burn the three candles to the ground, just like the Freemasonic three candles. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. And you go through the same ritual on your birthday. When you light the candle, you make a wish, and then you blow it out. Lighting and burning the symbolic pillar as you make a wish, and then you blow the flame out, and it burns down to ashes and dust to dust. Witchcraft, spellcasting. And remember, the cake represents the baby or the bun in the oven. And that's why we go through the ritual of slicing it, stabbing it, and poking it. And that's why you're symbolically eating the flesh of the baby, the cake. Eating and consuming the sacrifice to gain its power. Just like the evil queen.
That's why they call it a ritual. And you may not realize it, but you perform rituals during celebrations like birthdays and New Year's Eve, because the etymology of celebration is celebration, which is sex magic. Where do you think we got the balloon from? And that's why we give balloons on birthdays. And that's why we use balloons to ring in the new year. And that's why you have birthday candles. And you get a birthday cake because she has a bun in the oven and she's gonna give birth. Take a close look at the Disney film Up. In the very beginning, you'll notice balloons are rising. First one, then two, and then a whole load. So we sit and watch the sperm swim up in the blue watery sky. That's why the little boy helped the old man get it up. And once again we have the theme of the old man alone with someone else's child. And it makes me sick they use this poor innocent little child with all this satanic symbolism. And of course the old man has a crook from the crooks of Disney. Why do you think they make us wear party hats and...
That's a good point. The sacrifice. You know that.
The sacrifice. The sacrifice.
The pillar or the tower of sacrifice. Remember I told you that September 11th was the Jewish New Year? That's why Gremlins shows you the party of New Year's Eve.
Is everybody here? All right then. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, yes sir.
Then they show another reference to a new year, showing the date of January 13th, which just happens to be the date of the old Julian calendar New Year, on the 13th day and the 13th hour, because the Illuminati always includes the number 13.
Sir, I'm sorry about the building.
I'm not.
You're not?
For one thing, we're insured for the damages.
Sorry about the building. I'm not.
You're not?
For one thing, we're insured for the damages.
Exactly like New York developer Larry Silverstein. Just a couple of months before the World Trade Center came down, he bought insurance for $3.55 billion. And that's why he admitted on camera he pulled the building. So they covered their tracks and brought down Building 7, the command center, as they sat and watched the destruction, the show of 9/11 in Lower Manhattan. But what does Manhattan mean? The name comes from the ancient pagans' Mannahatta, like the manna in the Bible, as in the magic mushroom. The Mannahatta, or the man with the hat. The Mad Hatter with his magic mushrooms. And that's why Alice, or the chalice, drinks the poison or the drug from the magic mushroom, the potion. Because New York, the Big Apple, is the drug, the poison. Now you know why New York is full of crazy people. And get this, the place where the World Trade Center sits goes way back into history. It's not the first time it was a trade center. Mannahatta, or Manhattan, was first discovered in 1609 by the Dutch West India Company. It was to be called the New Netherlands, or the New Amsterdam. Manhattan. The Netherlands, as in Neverland, or the Wonderland. Because the Dutch established the first World Trade Center here in 1613. Exactly where the World Trade Center stood. So why do you think they keep showing you the theme of celebrating or the new year combined with 9/11 or 7/11? Because September 11th is the exact date that Manhattan or Mannahatta was discovered, when Henry Hudson sailed into Mannahatta on September 11th. And we know how the elite love to celebrate on annual dates. And that's why they held their celebration and their sacrifice on September 11th. And did you know that they designed the city grid for Manhattan to align with the sun? The Manhattan Henge takes its name from Stonehenge, which was aligned with the sun.